Buddle, State Member for Caloundra. My fellow Sunshine Coast Councillor Jenny Mackay, great to see you here, Jenny. Dr. Phil Mankin. Phil, really impressed with what you said then, and it brought home a couple of things to me, which I might touch on in a minute. A general welcome to all our sponsors of the Carnival, the management committee members, the general committee members of Festuri, a multicultural celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, young people and their families, welcome to you all. I'd just like to thank Terry Shine, the President of Festuri this year, for giving me the opportunity to come and launch the festival today on behalf of our Mayor Bob Abbott, who is an apology. I was just saying, Dr. Phil made me realise a couple of things. I did French in grade 8, and I had interests in other things in grade 9, and I had to make a choice between carrying on with the language or doing something else. And I'd still like to learn the language, but now I've realised that if I don't do one soon, I'll probably forget that I really want to do one in the first place. When you mentioned Alzheimer's, so if I want to do it, I'd want to get onto it before I forget about that realisation. Many years ago I was travelling overseas, and I had a look around Austria and Russia, Spain and Egypt and France. In particular, when I was going through Egypt, I was walking along one night, and I was just a bit disenchanted. I thought, I don't really understand the culture as much as I'd like to, but that's why I was there, because I wanted to learn about Egypt. I had a fascination with where Egypt had come from and what had created such a fascination about the place. And I thought, this is different. And I walked along another minute or so. I was going to a light show, I think it was at the Karnak Temple. And I thought, no, here's not different. I'm the one that's different here at this point in time. And I suppose that made me, it's like giving myself a bit of an uppercut. And I realised then that if I didn't realise that I was the one that's different and try and do more to embrace what I was there to enjoy, that I wasn't going to get the full benefit out of being there in the first place. So that was a bit of a shift for me in my thinking, and the rest of my 4 weeks in Egypt, backpacking around, that one night made the rest of my 4 weeks in Egypt so much more enjoyable. But enough of my past life. A little bit about Festuri. It's in its 9th year and is considered the largest multicultural event on the Sunshine Coast. It was initiated originally from humble beginnings with a group of very dedicated teachers and supporters of the intensive language unit at the Nambour State High School. Their passion in facilitating understanding, awareness and the celebration of our cultural diversity on the Sunshine Coast has continued throughout the years to bring to the public a wonderful weekend full of cultural diversity. And of course activities next weekend at the university and up at the jail. Festuri, a multicultural celebration, encapsulates the true essence of our local community and the festivals that are based here, planned by the community and for the community. Over 300 community members are involved. It includes workshops, presenters and storytellers, performers, food and stall holders and volunteers from across a range of activities on the coast. The amount of hours that the volunteers have put into this festival for the months leading up to it would run into the thousands, and for that alone I'm sure that the whole of the community would be very appreciative of the efforts they have put in. I'd like everyone here to show their appreciation for all the volunteers that have made the festival possible. Before I launch, I'd just like to give a very special thanks to the Gubby dancers as well. I've seen them many times over the years, and seeing them has brought home to me a better appreciation of our Indigenous culture. And I'm wearing today a little badge that I picked up from a very good friend of mine, Kim Kilroy. And she gave it to me a few weeks ago at her son's wedding. And it's about a link-up project. And it's to simplify trying to join up and link up people that have been separated from their families, from our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community, if they've been separated because of fostering, institutionalisation, or whatever it may be. And I think it's very important for me to to mention that today because Kim has been a long-time friend of mine and her two brothers. And that was the first experience I had. I was introduced to a different culture, being an Indigenous culture, some 35 years ago when I used to come and stay at our place from the Mudgee Orphanage for holidays. So I'd just like to make mention of that Link Up project, which is a very worthwhile project in our society. Anyway, it is with great pleasure that I'm asked to officially launch the 2008 Festuri, a multicultural celebration. And I'd like to ask Mr. Mark McCardle to come back to the stage and the Festuri Management Committee to come onto the stage as well to assist me in opening the festival. Come on, Judy, you've done all the work. Come up here and help me do the job I'm here to do. Okay, thank you. Okay, without further ado, and on behalf of the Sunshine Coast Regional Council, I wish to cut the ribbon and in doing so officially declare the 2008 Festuri, a multicultural celebration, open.
Thank you very much to Councillor Dwyer and all the management